I'm going to share the uh this is the it's not the oh my gosh. It's not the uh what's it called? The link tree. It's another one which is like the leap. Can you guys see?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. So this is the equivalent of the link tree that I did. So this is what it'll appear like from your when you go to it from your phone. And so I have supermarket pinned kind of at the top, and then you can add all these different links like on Linktree. So I have it here to watch, and it'll takes you straight to the video, which again, this is like the process. It's about the process. And then
Uh-huh.
I have pictures that pop up about the influence like throughout. I'm just going to go through so you can see different bits and pieces.
These are the Icelandic ones.
Yeah, so this painting that I'm working on, and I thought I was filming sometimes, but my phone like stopped filming after a certain period because I wasn't doing the like what's it called? The like uh time lapse. So
Mm.
I because I don't typically do this and I wanted to just try it out. So here I'm just layering up using some of the same colors from the influential pictures that I took while I was there. Um and here's we'll go back just this little bit here. But it's more about the color swatching, lines, texture, materials, and things that I gathered, like both like through photos, but also the influences. So in the painting, I'm using lots of different techniques that kind of reflect different aspects that I collected like on the
Mm.
journey. So using different methods like pouring, like from being
Wow.
inside the to get like different, I don't know, kind of inspire me to try something a little bit different, like move things around in a way that I wouldn't typically, but I had no vision for this. I didn't know where it was going, so I was just trying and kind of seeing how it would go along.
So cool. I really
Hmm.
like how you've layered the videos and the pictures over your process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um and how they're like these little portals into your brain, I guess, in a way. There's like two portals here, right? There's like even three, actually four now. I'm looking into a screen and looking at another screen, and then looking into a canvas, and then another portal um into the inspiration. But um yeah, this is awesome.
And
Very
it
nice.
and it gets like when you get to a point in a work where you're just like, oh, I should have stopped. This is very much that like I'm like I keep pushing it too far, further and further because I'm just not I'm not totally certain where it's going. But here, like I've added ice because I reflect back to like the
Mhm.
icebergs and things like that, and the ice runs and flows and changes like the direction of the paint. And I sprinkled sand on there as well, like black sand,
Mm.
because it was so windy and you'd get gusts of wind, and that would just be. I showed my knuckles that have like the sand all inside of it and everything. So it's kind of like uh these references back and it's like 11 minutes long, so I don't know, like that feels very long, but
Wow.
yeah, I'm just kind of playing along and seeing where things go using different materials and techniques and trying to mimic motions like with the water movement or the ice melting or like this like the movement of the northern lights, like
Mm.
seeing them flow and change and increase in intensity. And so I'm just going through using different techniques.
I really like this idea of incorporating ice and sand onto the canvas. I don't think I've
Mm.
ever seen that before.
Mm.
I've done it a lot, and I also sprinkled salt onto it, and like squirted a bit of alcohol just to get some different effects in there.
Mhm.
Um, just because I've used it with watercolor, and it does similarly when you're using acrylic, and I'm using acrylic paints, um, to kind of mimic some of the same effects, and but just building and layering, and it's kind of the same concept of when you're going back and forth, like not just between materials. I don't know if you guys can hear the audio, but I'm in the studio, the new studio, and so you can hear
Oh,
like the fire starting around. So occasionally there'll be bangs
I
oh,
don't.
this is
Yeah.
recent?
but anyway, I'm playing with like the materials, both natural and then like the kind of a more contemporary. I say contemporary just because it's not earth. Like I didn't want to take actual black sand from Iceland because I took a bunch of stones, and I was like, if I take a bag of sand, that might be a little too much. So I
Yeah,
improvised
that's
and
bad
found other
juju right
materials.
there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's hard enough taking the stones, but just to show uh like some of the influence of it there, like to
Yeah.
I really like that part that it's kind of like showing parallel processes. It's like becoming part of your world. Like you
Mm.
got inspiration from these images and experiences, and then like sometimes it's hard to connect all of it. Like even like we usually get to see like the end piece, and then at the end, like you just get one image, and then like the whole thing that's like that's part of your inner world. It's kind of like I like the process of showing the whole thing. It's kind of like bringing us closer to what's inside your head. How are you experiencing it? So I
Yeah.
really like that
yes,
part. So we're part of like these images that are going through your minds in a way, like the popping up videos are kind of like what you're remembering in a way, like what you experienced.
yes,
And then also like in parallel, we see how you're trying to recreate it. And I like the idea to have visible the whole process. So it's not just the end product. It's like this whole, like how it's changing. Like you have like a river of ice melting, or you have like these lights that are showing, or like, so it's not like at the end you will have, you cannot undo the green lights, but then we have seen how it was before that. So like it's kind of like having a lot of images. It's like you
Yeah.
created like 10 paintings instead of just one. So I really like that.
I
yeah,
also
and
like how
yes, go ahead.
you can freeze the frame at one certain point, like where the ice is melting, for example. Maybe that's your
Yeah,
favorite part of the whole artwork. So I think it's very much a case of the video being the artwork in this
Yes.
Yeah,
case.
absolutely. And that bit with when you said that, I think it was the when the ice was melting or it was moving on the page. It was
Mm.
like it was so good.
Yeah.
And I was also thinking about because the way, especially the second part of the video where we see your art, where you see your hand and we're looking down, and it's like where that's your view, so where in your head. And I even found myself squinting and like tilting my head, which is what I do when I make my own images. And it was like I was like making the decisions. It was weird. I was doing this, and I don't know if
like
anyone
where are
else
you
does
gonna
it
place it
before.
next? Like,
And you sort of
yeah,
like you're sort of doing that, and I was doing that when I was watching your video, and it was like I'm suddenly like part of the process. It was
Yeah.
strange.
Yeah, I had a
You
similar
you could
experience.
like have a VR headset or something and see
Yeah.
how people react or how artists react in your head or something, and see if I don't know everyone got a twitchy arm or like
well,
twitchy
yeah,
eye.
and that's what I was like very nervous because I never filmed myself, and I don't know if you guys have experience filming yourselves, but for me, this was like a performance, and I felt really nervous because usually I'm like I have a plan, and I went in with no plan, and then I'm filming myself on top of it, and I'm like,
Mm.
Oh man, and I don't love how it came out, but it wasn't about the final product, you know, and I wanted just to like feel it out as it went, and I feel like it's kind of a mess in the end, but like that's what that's what it turned out to be. And I had gone through all the processes that I wanted to like experiment with, and I touched on all the aspects that I wanted to focus on, and that was the goal, was like see where it goes, and maybe you love it, maybe you hate it, and it's like, well, I don't love it. So, but it is, for me, it was very much about the process of doing it.
Yeah.
So, and then I have on on my site, because we were talking about um like I want to have the it go to, you know, our link tree page or whatever, like to with this that has all our connects, and I have virtual studio group on there as well. But I also made a special like portfolio on my website for it. So I'm not sure if I should, here, I'm going to share here again. Um, Go to it. So this is my portfolio. It's on here. So it's,
Oh, nice.
uh, but this is like one project, and then I added it here. And then it would take you to the special page that has the final painting there, part of it. But then like some of the inspiration,
Oh,
the
Ah,
rocks and
Nice.
things that I collected, the video of
that's
making
so
the
good.
painting, and then add more uh inspirative uh images and things below. And I want to put the hands, but I don't want to put them, or I don't know if I should put them before supermarket or if I should wait and put them after, because I took photos, uh and also you'll see when you get it, but I sent a glove. I think I sent photos to the group, but like the hand itself with the braid of the hair that I collected, and then
yeah.
also a ball of hair that I collected.
Oh,
Just,
really?
just, yeah. And so I sent multiple things in a black glove, so you have this kind of contrast. And so I was thinking of putting them on here as well. So it kind of
Mm. You
it
could have
brings
like a
you,
teaser almost, like
Yeah.
maybe like traces of maybe the hair, if you've got anything of that, or
I mean,
yeah.
something that
put
like
it,
is
I
like
don't
a
think there is
little
so much
clue.
traffic that it's going to be revealed too soon.
No, I think
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it would look really good on this page. It looks
Mm.
so
Okay.
professional,
Looks,
Teresa.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
love
thanks. Yeah.
the layers of the stones over the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
The
it's
inspo
very
images
nice.
and things.
Mm.
Yeah, so I took a bunch of the Instax photos, and I have more, but I'm not sure like to what degree I should like develop this page, because this one is for Iceland, but then I already have a plan for, well, plan, you know, I don't have a final image, but I have a technique process that I want to work on for an Egypt one. And so that's why I'm not sure like should I have the, when they scan the QR code, should they land here and then
Hmm.
they kind of go through and see, and then the video is here? Uh, because I don't have the final, I didn't print or send anyway to Asa to print the final painting. I just I it's more about the process, so that's why the video is kind of the I guess the main thing, but all of these little bits and pieces are, and I actually did other paintings too, like a series of small ones.
Hmm.
So I'm doing like a multiple, like some sketchbook style paintings in my sketchbooks. Um, and then you know, different kind of colors and ideas and things like that. So it's all about the process and textures and things like that. It's not about finding a finished work. It's about just discovering it and layering and textures and things along the way. So
I think maybe you hit the nail on the head when you said discovering, and when you were like, oh, I should like put this or the link tree. I feel like that website is like, that's, you're going on this, like the video, we're going on this journey of discovery with you. You have no plan, but we're with you anyway, and we're on the ride, and you know, and it's really captivating to watch. And I think the way that you've laid the website out is a similar um, idea, which is that of discovery. You know, we're like looking through these pebbles and we're like finding all of these little photographs and we're scrolling through and trying to see how they're connected. And I wonder whether that could just, like you said, it's about the discovery rather than the final piece. So maybe you just follow that vein of the idea.
So are you saying then on the link tree, I should just add the page second, like after the video? Or because I'm also not sure, should I have them land on this page or the link tree page? Because the link tree page has links to virtual studio group, also, well, the first one is supermarket, my website, but it's kind of like to get to here, I don't know that people would like find it easily.
Mm.
And it's kind of an extension of what they're going to see in exhibition at supermarket.
If I had to choose, I'd go with the page, like the page that has the video incorporated.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree. I agree with Elsa. I think that's kind of more captivating and interesting. And
Yeah.
what you
This
could
one.
maybe do is you're like, you know, you're encouraging people to scroll down and you're giving people more teasers, the making of, and then maybe when they reach the bottom, you could have a link to your link tree. So,
Okay.
Mhm.
you know, like want to find out more about my practice or discover my other projects or something
I'm
like
just,
that. But that,
yeah, I'm just imagining a person looking at your images at supermarket and they're like wondering, what's this about? And then they get to see what it's about, maybe some of the same pictures, and you get to find out more. So it's very clearly connected if
mm,
if they
Okay.
go straight to this
Yeah,
page.
that makes sense because then I have a small blurb, at the very top. By the way, this is the final, it's the final painting. Like I said, don't love it, but
really,
it's like,
I
eh,
love
I
it.
like it.
I like it.
Yeah, I really like it as well.
okay, cool. I don't, but that's good that somebody does. I'm
But
like, wow, there's so
you
much
never
going
do,
on here.
like that's the whole thing about being an artist. You never do. You're
Yeah.
not supposed to. Then you did it wrong. If you like it, you did it wrong.
I
Yeah.
think we
I
love it.
wonder, Theresa, if you could have some, like a tiny bit of text as you
Yeah,
go down, like little
that's what I
kind
mean.
of like signposts. But instead of actual type text, could you follow this kind of like archive discovery like
Like on paper,
thing?
scraps and things like that.
Yeah,
Can I show
maybe
you
scrap like
something
write it
while
on
we're
scraps of paper and then you have them as images.
reminded me a little bit of, like, I don't know if you know this book, Marina Abramovic. So like through the whole book, it's
Mm.
practically
Oh,
like
awesome.
inspiration. Sorry that I have to peek because I don't know what I'm showing, but that's why I'm like this. So like
Oh,
there
that's
is
so
like
lovely.
Yeah.
handwritten things and then like images like from places where she either traveled or like things that like she's finding inspiring, and then like so it's kind of like the layout from the whole book. It's like
Yes, I
Mm.
love that. I mean, that's kind of the idea was with this was to have it very much in the way that I experienced being in Iceland, which was picking and finding these little aspects along the way that I like, and I used my phone to like capture these moments, like the stones, which I actually brought stones back with me, but I I also photographed, the everything I could, took videos and things like that just to, and this is nothing. Like I have thousands, literally thousands of photos from this journey. And I was, just doing the camping van driving around Iceland thing. And uh for me it was a very intense experience because it was something I've been to Iceland multiple times, but this time I did it exactly how I wanted to. And the experience I had were so much richer and I was so much more focused on the details and like if having the sand in my knuckles from a windstorm by the sea and just thinking like yeah, and I had it all over my mouth and everything. And I was just like, there's something, it was just like the texture and the feel of it that was just very captivating for me. And I wanted to document the whole process. So I have like photos where I have like just black all around my mouth and in my knuckles, and then just the landscapes as being like very impressive ice, and the black, the contrast with the sky and the sea and everything. So and then so the painting is just like a reflection of the process, and in my experience, like getting it out, but not, nothing idealized in the end, no final
Mhm.
product in my mind.
But the painting, like you said, it's not just the painting, it's the process of the painting. And in that video, you have um we're seeing this like archive, like you said, these kind of snippets of your journey and your travels, and even the way you layered the video over the painting has this similar like journal archive, like like ecologists like notebook kind of thing,
Yeah.
which is your practice clearly, and like it's really cool. It's really cool to see. God, so can
Yeah.
you send the link to the Abrina
The book?
the book?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this one.
Yes,
I know, because
that'd
I'm
be
like, oh, I
type
love
it
amazing.
this.
online and then like maybe I can do a video because like the whole book is in pictures, so I can like film it and send the video
Yeah.
how I'm
And
scrolling.
Theresa, I
Guys,
had a I,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go. Thank you,
Okay,
Teresa.
thanks,
oh,
Asa. Yeah.
bye,
Thank you.
Asa.
I'll talk to
Thank
you
you.
soon. Bye.
Bye. Take care. Teresa, I was just gonna say, I wonder if the like you could have the YouTube video on there,
Uh-huh.
but I wonder if it like breaks the flow of it maybe slightly. Can you have it so that as a can you have it more embedded in the web
Yeah,
page
I
so
I
that
can. I
it's
can change like the style for sure, like how it
yeah,
appears.
so that
The problem
it's
is because I have it vertical so that it appears on your phone. Because like the idea is that people are seeing it from supermarket. So that was my question was, should I embed the horror, like, because I think I can change the perspective, because I mounted it in Canva, and I think I can change like from vertical to horizontal. If I copy it and like change the perspective, because all the videos are there, right? I just need to change the format which you view it and embed that one, like the horizontal one, and then but have like the link. Yeah, I don't know, like how to, because the idea is that when you're viewing it on your phone, you're going to see it vertically. Uh, and so I have it set up that way because most people don't like, oh, and then they want to turn like, if you're just, you click, you view, and you watch it like this,
Mhm.
it's set up to like view it like that.
I was
But,
thinking maybe could you export it as GIFs? So have snippets of the
oh,
video as GIF,
yes,
and then embed those images into the website, and you can then layer them. You could like you've done with the other things,
that is a great idea.
and then it kind of would reduce the quality of it, but it might be quite cool to have that kind of grainy texture of GIFs
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay.
Um, there's like websites you can make GIFs, but you can also do it on Photoshop and
Yeah.
things like that.
That's a fantastic idea. Thank you, because that is going to be amazing. Yeah. And then I'll do more of the like handwritten notes and scan them, and like embed them in, like layer them in like the collage style. That's a great idea. Yeah, and then I can kind of tell the story of the process by using GIFs, and then maybe at the end I can put the video that
Mhm.
people can watch. So I'll have them land on the website page, and then they'll go through, read as they go, and then see the making of video at the end, which I can always change it horizontal and embed it so that it takes up like a whole section, without it just being this weird like vertical in a horizontal style video. So yeah, I'll do that. Because I
Oh,
obviously I have it saved. I can always edit and go back and change it. So that's easy enough.
yeah, that would look really
Thank you
cool.
guys so much for the feedback. This is amazing.
Yay.
I really like the work.